Hey guys, Huzzy bringing you another video. Now welcome to obviously a replay video. I'm playing Dr. Mundo and I was playing this last night, so this wasn't even a stream game or anything. I played a few games last night just for myself. And yeah, played Dr. Mundo. Reason for it was I felt my team needed like a big front line. And also, apparently, when I was looking up, on u.gg, the win rates and stuff like that, apparently Mundo is good versus Aatrox. And I was like, I guess I'm really tanky and he's more burst. And I'm thinking it's more for mid-late game rather than early. But yeah, I just thought I'd try it out because Mundo has always been a champion that I've played quite a bit of. Again, my claim to fame on this champion is me, back when I played a little bit more competitive, I beat a team that went to Worlds. Me and my team, Absolute Zero, we beat a team that went to Worlds. I don't remember exactly what one it was, but in that game, I was playing Dr. Mundo. That's the kind of little story there. So team comp wise, so we're against an Aatrox. There's a Rengar in the jungle, there's a Malzahar, there's an Ezreal, and there's a Sona. I don't even, by the way, notice the Aatrox there, full, whatevers, because I'm like, I'm going to go help Kane. You can see his damage wasn't that high, and I kind of, when I got hit a bit, I was like, oh, I'm getting hit by Aatrox. I don't really care. I've got Doran's shield. I'm going to regen anyway. So I'm just going to give this guy a little bit of a pull, literally 2 auto attacks and 2 Qs. That's about it. Going to head back to lane, and obviously whenever someone gets you in try, you're expecting it. So I look there, but he just ran to lane. So our team comps, it's not a bad team comp that we've got, but we've just got to be careful that they don't snowball, I'd say. Rengar can one-shot all of our team and stuff like that. And obviously in the mid lane, they've got the Malzahar pick, who is more or less a counter to Zoe. Again, speaking from experience, Malzahar is an anti-burst assassin type mage. That if a LeBlanc is about to jump on his face, no ults. Zoe about to jump on his face, no ults, or just can hold her still. So Malzahar is a really good pick into those. But Zoe can still do good against Malzahar. It's not like she can't. So you can already see he's pressuring me quite a fair amount, this Aatrox, and that was a lot of damage in the final queue. But obviously you don't want to just face tank those type of things, and that's kind of what I was just doing. I don't think I've ever played this matchup, so it was a new matchup to me. But as I said, I just wanted to kind of try it out and see what it was all about. Because, Season 9, I am wanting a more aggressive play style, but the kind of funny thing about Dr. Mundo, he's not a carry, but he actually can do a lot of carry things as a full tank. This video title does give a little bit away, but I'm calling this video From Zero to Hero on Dr. Mundo. Because you guys will see, again, if I was playing other tanks, and I'd say specifically tanks, I don't think the game would go well at all from what we're going to see in the next few minutes. So I am pretty low, and I will say there are some weird FPS issues happening, and it's probably because of the replay file. Replay files have always been a little bit random. So you can already see, I was kind of expecting the jungler to be there. That's why I was going to go back. Trying to stop me basing. Already getting, nearly... Well, if I didn't go back when I did, I would have just got dove. So I'm like, let's just go back. Don't even risk it. So I managed to survive, if you would say that, straight away, which is nice. So I come back with my teleport. I am obviously now behind, half and farm. Just his early aggression and then having to back that early. Normally you'd stay under tower and farm for a while. I decided to go a bit aggressive on him, but the chain kind of, jumps me back, which is a bit annoying. And I will say, that is one slight annoyance in this matchup. So his damage just ridiculously smashed my face in. But then Rengar comes top lane, we get a flash from Aatrox, and we survive again. So you can see how already this lane is going. Rengar's been top twice. One that they were going to dive me, but I managed to go back and buy at the right time. Then there was another dive. Aatrox uses flash, doesn't get a kill. So it's like, holy moly, there's a lot of focus going on with the early aggression from an Aatrox. So it's like, this is a bit rough. So I do get just queued in the butt there. But again, Mundo, he's not got bad regen naturally. And I've got the Doran's shield. So I'm kind of just thinking, I'm higher health kinder than the Aatrox. I'm going to regen more than him. If I can just constantly land my Qs while he's landing his, I should be fine. And I don't think I can get dove. Not at the moment. If Aatrox was level 6, different story, but we're fine for now. Minimap, look at the bottom right, you can see Kane is coming. Not sure if Aatrox has got vision right now because we don't have that shown on the minimap. We're only showing it from my perspective. I hit level 5, which was a saving grace for me. He gets slowed and then just dies. I will say, that play he may have done as a last ditch, like, oh my god, Kane's coming, I'm dead anyway, let's go for the Dr. Mundo. But it did kind of look like a mistake. The slow just kept him in the tower, my level up at the perfect time to give me enough health, and I end up getting first blood. So even though I'm really far behind in minions already, because of the crazy pressure we've had, first blood. So that's nice. Gold-wise, I'm probably still far behind. Oh, no, we're even. I am 20 gold ahead right now of my lane opponent because of that first blood. So there we go. So I go for Bramble first item with no intention of finishing it into a Thornmail. Not yet. That will be more of like a late game thing. But it's more just for the anti-healing and any kind of like minion return damage that I can get on it and stuff like that. So it's a good item to get. He obviously will probably go for the anti-healing as well. Mundo, big healing champion. So bot lane looks to be doing relatively fine. Mid lane at the moment is doing completely fine. It's just top lane where all the action literally has been this game. I don't think Rengar has ganked anywhere else from top as for my knowledge. But yeah, so you can see Aatrox Warhammer. I decided I'm going to go for an aggro play here because, you know, why not? I pop my ultimate. You can see I'm low. You're like, you know, Huzz, you're getting pretty low here. It's just to bait out his ultimate. Now that his ultimate's gone, I can regen, and, well, he doesn't if he doesn't, like, die. So I actually gain quite a bit of an advantage here. So now he's low again, so I decide, hey, we both now don't have ult. I'm going to go back on you. Unfortunately, then Malzahar shows up. So I didn't expect Malzahar top lane. Again, we have been focused so much this game. I didn't even believe we would. And unfortunately, Zoe, from my memory, was a little bit apologetic going, I just didn't think he'd roam at all. I'm really sorry. And you can see she is pushing it in, so she should be attempting to get some of these tower plates. She didn't actually get one, which is kind of annoying. And then Kane covers the lane. So focused incredibly heavy. Now even Malzahar coming top lane. Meanwhile, bot lane is just a classic 2v2. My bot lane winning a little bit. That hook missed, apparently, which is kind of nuts. And then, yeah, you got Sona. Again, I don't rate Sona that highly. I know there's some people watching this going to go, but what? She's amazing. Any champion that you have to take cleanse in the support role because you know you're just going to get one shot if you get CC'd, I don't rate that highly. Like, you're not always going to have cleanse, and you're literally telling the opponents. By you taking cleanse, you're telling them, if you CC me, I'm thinking I'm going to die if I don't have cleanse. That's just not good. Rengar's in the bot lane while we're returning to bot, but they're fine. Mid lane look to be maybe not a gank situation, but there we go. Right, so we return to top lane. Again, we're half farm right now, so you might be thinking that this is getting exactly why I'm kind of titling this video from 0 to hero. We're nothing right now. We are behind. We were gifted that kill for first blood where he made that mistake. I'm not really in this game. Meanwhile, bot lane, in near the dragon, Ezreal gets 1 kill. Kane gets a return kill. I'm getting chunked a little bit. Double kill coming out by the Ezreal. Fight's continuing, though. Kane gets himself a double kill, kills that guy in the end. And then, from memory, Sona is chasing the Kane. She just flashed if you looked at the minimap. And Kane dies to the Sona. So, overall, I think a slightly negative fight for my team. A 2 for 3, I think. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, so you can also see my items. I've got 2 rejuve beads. Both of them aren't going to get used, but it's just to help me in lane phase. I'm getting chunked. I'm getting ganked a lot. I'm even getting roamed on by the mid laner. Let's just buy a little bit of regen so I can take these trades. If instead of going back to buy, I can maybe sit a tower for a little while and just regen and stuff, because I'm getting really far behind with how much I'm having to base. I don't want to keep basing. I want to, you know, obviously stay around and fight and farm. Alright, so Aatrox come in for a dive. Malzahar top lane yet again. No pressure with the Zoe. Again, you can see in the bottom left, again, 0 pings. You can see me being a bit frustrated. She didn't ping missing once. So that was a bit annoying. So that's my second death now to the Malzahar roam. And it's the second time that she didn't warn me it even was coming. And again, a lot of people say, you know, oh, I've probably even said it in commentaries. Oh, you've got to, like, you know yourself. When it comes to roaming, especially, let your team know your opponent is gone, or they're, you know, you think they're shopping. Because, you know, if I looked at the minimap and didn't see Malzahar, meanwhile I get jumped on again, and Malzahar didn't use ultimate the first time, so I'm dead again. So there we go. Again, you can see I am being frustrated at the moment, because again, the way that the Zoe was talking back wasn't. Like, she was apologetic to the first roam, and then just kind of blew it off, and it was really bad. Again, I shouldn't spam ping. I know I shouldn't. Kane comes for a return kill. He does get it, which is great. I lost my track before the spam pinging, but again, I am going to try and stop doing that. But, yeah, this lane obviously is not going very well. We've been ganked, I think, more than anyone in the game. And obviously Dr. Mundo, he doesn't have much survival in the early game. You know, if you don't have flash, he has no mobility. That is obviously a weakness that he has, but the idea is you get tanky enough that you don't really need it anymore. So you can see the regen that I've got now, and my build is very random, but it's random on purpose. So I got that for the anti-healing. I've got that just to regen a little bit more, and I've got, obviously I bought 2 of them just to help out. I'll probably get rid of the second rejuve bead eventually. Obviously, that this item here is building into a Warmogs eventually. That's going to be Thornmail. But from memory, I don't even think I complete either of those 2 items at the beginning. So I'm now looking to roam myself, because I'm like, if I can't top lane, what's the point of being top? Maybe if I go mid, me and Zoe could kill Mal's, but then he backs off, so there's probably vision or something. I think I go for this, and it does discover a ward in that bush, so alas. You can see now, Rengar is heading his way to top lane, and I'm asking for some help, because I've literally had none. You know, Kane came top, and he got himself a kill, which is good for him, but that didn't really give me anything. So Rengar now is top lane. We're getting ganked yet again. I do chunk the Rengar pretty heavily. I am trying to survive now a little bit from the Aatrox attack. I think, get one more hit there. Ezreal ultimate also came top lane for me, by the way, so that's even another thing they're using for Dr. Mundo. Malzahar now kills Zoe in a 1v1, but as I did mention, he is a good pick versus Zoe. Alright, so Kane finally comes top lane to give me a little bit of help. I don't even want the kills here. Even if I just get assists, I'm relatively happy. And we do pick up the kill. I get it, which I get. I didn't need. It does help me, but I don't need them. But yeah, finally we get some help, and we get ourselves a kill/assist situation with my jungler. That feels good. And that obviously, that's a big morale boost. When you've been ganked, what, 2 times by the mid laner, and then 3 times by the jungler, so 5 times in 12 minutes. It's pretty rough. Like, it doesn't feel great. And, you know, you're nearly half farm as well because the aggression. You're not having a great time. So I get 1 plate, by the way, so that's even a big deal. Don't forget about those money plates. Again, 2 of those is an extra kill. 1 of those is an assist. So never snub your nose at the tower goal. That's obviously something brand new in League of Legends that a lot of people still have to adapt to. The only saving grace I will say is the Aatrox build as well is a little bit compartmental in the fact that he's not finishing a big item, which if he did, I think he could snowball. He's also buying pieces. Malzahar gets another second kill solo on the Zoe. But yeah. Alright, so we're going for a kill on his guy, so he made the mistake of taking too much damage. Now, if you notice, if I get this solo kill, this is a massive big deal for me. So we do end up nearly killing him. I popped my ultimate just to be a bit more speedy, and we got a solo kill. So what the Aatrox made the mistake of was going for the tower plate, thinking that was really important. And yes, getting the gold is important, but now he let me get a kill. That also is a massive morale boost to me. So now if you actually look at the KDAs, I don't see KDAs on everything, but a lot of the time they're just how you feel. They're your morale. Got a good KDA, you're really happy. So Kane, I will say, he was good this game. That he actually was like really well done. He was really encouraging, so well played to that guy. But you can see my score is now 3-3. Aatrox is 1-4. So, like, KDA-wise, we're doing completely fine. We just now need to start catching up again with, like, gold and, you know, we'll farm. With gold-wise, we're trying to get a couple of these tower plates, and unfortunately, I was about to get another one, and 14 minutes hit, which means no more tower plates, unfortunately. Zoe does die again in the 1v1. And also Lucian, that wasn't a rage quit, because I remember that, again, I played this game last night, so that was Thresh going, Lucian, and he just DC'd, and he comes back momentarily, so it was unfortunate that he died. I think he died literally to the enemy tower. That's always of a bummer situation. I was thinking I need to go back, but in a weird way, I don't want my tower to die, because it would be first gold tower, or first blood tower to Aatrox, but with knowing how much the enemy team has been top lane, I think pretty soon I decide to bail. I think the only thing that I'm in my head is my ultimate is up in 6 seconds. You can see down there, 5 seconds. I'm kind of thinking, hey, if I can hold him off for long enough to then ult, get higher health, ult, try to get higher health, but it's too late. Like, the tower's already dead. So, Aatrox gets first tower, which is obviously quite a large amount of gold for him. But again, for how much we've been ganked and stuff, I think we've been holding on relatively well. You know, we got a solo kill earlier, which is great. Obviously, it was to his mistake, but that's what being a good laner is all about. Yes, it's minimalizing your mistakes, and that encompasses everything. You know, you're making a mistake when you lose farm, miss farm. So a good laner is a combination of making not many mistakes, but also maximizing on enemy mistakes. So I go for a full engage on the Aatrox. So again, we're now getting help by the Kayn. And the reason why I think we're getting more help, by the way, is one, he's got himself into a good position. He was farming a little bit in the early game. But when I got that solo kill, in the chat, he was very encouraging. Like, he hardly said anything in the chat before I got that solo kill. And he was like, "Whoa, Mundo, really good job." And then since then, like, you know, he's more willing to come top lane to actually gank and stuff. So that's really good. That's actually a sign of a good jungler. Go to lanes where you know you can make stuff happen. And again, I got an assist there. I don't need the kill. So as you can see, we went from a position of being so far behind and like getting owned and ganked. So we're now 3-3-1. Not a terrible KD for a tank versus a 1-5-2 Aatrox. How the tables have turned. Gold-wise, we're probably still a little bit behind. So we're 500 gold behind in gold to him. You can see my build. I told you guys it was a little bit random. So we're buying compartmental or components for certain things. So I wanted the bramble. I wanted the regen for lane phase. But my first item that I actually want to finish is Sunfire because that gives me the pushing power. Why did I delay my pushing power? Well, I didn't beat Aatrox in the early game. I didn't have any chance to beat him in the early game. Well, now I'm tanky enough to survive a Rengar gank, probably not a Malzahar gank, but I can also, I think, beat this guy in a 1v1. So getting as much beefiness with then having the Sunfire to push with me, that's probably my strongest option. So you can see right now, I'm just like, screw it, let's go. So I pop my ultimate really early, we get a dragon, and I'm just whacking on the Aatrox. He even flashes away, but there is nothing this guy can do to me anymore. So again, we went from a position of losing really badly. I think I go for a flash here because I just get frustrated. I'm like, nope. Because if that chain bounced me back, I was definitely not killing him. And plus, it was an okay flash because the Aatrox used flash. If Aatrox didn't use flash, it wouldn't have been good. But he used it, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so again, we solo kill him again. We have the Sunfire components now, which eventually will be the item. We also kill the tower. So we're becoming Dr. Mundo, basically. Which is great. And the other side of the map is doing fine. Kayn's doing really well. This Zoe, again, she wasn't great. You know, she had zero control of the Malzahar that let him roam. Again, it's not about having even just control. She didn't even let me know he was roaming at all. It happened the first time. She apologized. Then the second time, it was like the opposite. She was not sorry at all. It was like, come on, man. And then she obviously has lost the 1v1. Which, again, I do know Malzahar's a hard time for Zoe, but you know. So I position myself around the other side of the crab to make sure that Sona can't steal it. Use the plant to just discover a ward in there. And I'm going to go back and buy and probably finish my Sunfire potentially. And voila, Sunfire has been purchased. You'll also notice that Kayn's item has already bought a QSS. That's just to stop the Malzahar. The Malzahar on the enemy team is the strongest. Kayn's the strongest. That means he's the highest priority target. For Malzahar ult equals buy a QSS. He's got excess gold because of how fed he is, so it doesn't really matter. It's actually a good move. My team is just like sieging in the mid lane right now. Zoe's looking for the kill on the Rengar. And again, the Rengar hasn't had a good game either. So both of the people that were giving me a really hard time, like ganking and being there top early, obviously the Malzahar a bit, but both of them have not had a good game. 1-6, 0-3. So I return to top lane now with Sunfire. That means obviously I've got the pushing power that I've been talking about. Kayn and Thingy go on top of the Malzahar. He's probably going to die. He does. I'm not showing top lane right now because this is more interesting because Aatrox actually isn't in lane at the moment. So my team just get a bunch of kills. You can see the Aatrox is all the way back here. Why? Because he knows he can't do anything against me. It's the strength of Dr. Mundo. So again, one of these lessons and what I wanted to teach was... Actually, it's more specifically about Mundo. That I always have liked Mundo because, yes, his early game can be abused, but his late game is godlike. And, you know, you're tanky, and you can 1v1 things like an Aatrox, and so many people think Aatrox is the most overpowered champion in top lane for dueling, or Jax, but Aatrox is one of the most overpowered top laners for dueling. Unfortunately, don't kill that guy, and then Zoe goes for a weird dive, and she ends up dying. And again, you know, surprise Rengar's top. So that's Rengar's first kill. We nearly killed the Aatrox with even going for tower. And remember, tier 2 towers nowadays do an insane amount of damage. But yeah, we just get out, whatever. It's not a big deal. Farm-wise, we're catching up. We're now worth, by the way, we have a 650 gold bounty on us. 1,000 gold on this guy, 500, 600. So we actually have the second biggest bounty in this game. Gold-wise, we have now overtaken the Aatrox, as you can see. So this game has flipped completely. And that's why I think the title is worth from 0 to hero. Because it's not just the fact that, you know, you're getting owned in your early game. It's the fact that I'm now useful. When you lose lane, especially as a tank, so many times you're just like, my tank can't do anything. Why? Because what's the point of a tank? The tank is supposed to absorb damage. So if your tank is doing really bad, they'll just die like pop. And then your carry's like, oh my god, we don't have a front line. Where we are now useful. We are now really tanky. From a point that we were losing lane quite bad. So that's why. And again, Dr. Mundo to me is a great example of a tank that works in solo queue, because a lot of tanks don't work that well. The one negative to Mundo, obviously, is he doesn't have hard CC. He's got slows. So if you're against something like a Shen in top lane, you can't stop him teleporting with his ult. So be careful when you pick Dr. Mundo. Fight coming in. Lucian getting ulted by himself randomly. Zoe doing a bunch of damage. I'm Mundo. I'm going to just run a bunch. Go for the Malzahar. Aatrox tries to stop me. They flash away. I get ignited. I'm taking out a lot of tankiness. You know, their 3 carries arguably are on me right now. I managed to survive for now. Rengar jumps on my face. Use the lantern. Dodge the Ezreal ultimate. I'm alive right now with 100 or so health. They focused me as a Mundo. Was a bad idea. I, by the way, survive. So I'm completely fine. Kayn is obviously the fed one, which they ignored. So now he's on a rampage, just killing everybody. And I'm in mid lane pushing. So again, just to make the point clear, what happened in that team fight? I ran this way. I had Malzahar, Aatrox, and Ezreal ult me. Malzahar even ignited me. Then I ran away over here, where Aatrox went on me. Then Rengar ulted on me, and I lived. That's literally why I was like, there you go. Like, that's not just... Well, that is Dr. Mundo, but that is also being smart with your lane phase. And yes, it was demoralizing the early game and being like, oh my god, what can I do? But you keep your cool as much as you can, and you just kind of keep it going. And what happened? Well, we lost lane phase really badly. We were half farm. We were getting ganked. But we then ended up killing the Aatrox in the 1v1 under tower because he made a mistake. So, you know, just because I'm losing doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking for opportunities. Saw the opportunity, I took it, killed him. And then from there, we've kind of just been killing him in 1v1s every now and then. Completely flipped the lane. And I know I've said that point a few times, but that is the main lesson of today's video, is don't always think the early game is the end. Depending what type of champion you're on, you know, if I was playing Pantheon, yeah, sure, that's bad. But Mundo is a scaling mid to late game tank. You know, the data on U.GG showed that Mundo beat Aatrox. Why does that data show it? Like, there must have been a reason, and you can see it clearly here. Aatrox doesn't do enough damage to do anything to Mundo in mid late game. So the data doesn't really lie. And again, what I've always said to people, individual champion specific matchups, you can look into that win rate wise, because there must be a reason one champion wins or loses. Just don't look at the overall win rate of, like, you know, oh my god, an overall win rate on a champion's like, you know, Carly, you know, 36%. She must be trash when she's overpowered. Those overall win rates don't mean a lot because there's too many factors that just kind of make them bad. There's basically no situation that you can use them that I would really rate, to be honest. So Baron is on the table right now if he wanted to do it. We do obviously, by the way, also have both dragons, so Kayn has had good jungle pressure. Waiting in a bush because, you know, why not? Ezreal just goes for a scouting ultimate, good idea by him. Kayn going for an engage. I'm going to try and go for the Ezreal, so I pop my W, pop my ultimate for the movement speed. He's over. I just flash and I'm just going to go for this guy. So you can see I'm just running him down. The enemy team has not noticed. Still nearly kill him. Now I'm getting Malzahar ulted. I'm not dead. I'm still, you know, a third health. And my team's now going for the engage. So Kayn is in the Aatrox, which is a little bit weird because they kind of look the same. I'm just going for the tower up there, by the way. We kill the Malzahar in the end, who obviously was the really fed person. And we get the inhib. So again, Malzahar ulting a tank. You know, they are focusing on Mundo. Why? Because they can't really help it. If Malzahar didn't ult me then, I might have killed their Ezreal. And, you know, you're just going to ignore Mundo? You can't, not really. So I think we're going to go for a Baron. We just got the inhib. Zoe gets a Sona. That to me is like, oh, they're even down one more person. We should definitely be doing Baron. So me and Kane mosey our way on over. You can see he's actually level 15. So as for a jungler, he's doing incredibly well. Me and Zoe level 14. I'm ahead on XP on the Aatrox now. And I don't know what level the Malzahar is because he's dead. We'll find out when he respawns. Now he's level 14. So the Kane is the highest level in the game, and I'm tied second highest level. I'm taking a bunch of damage from Baron, but you know, why not? Again, if I'm not mistaken, Rengar goes for a play, tries to kill me, doesn't work. If I'm not mistaken, Baron still does the thing of whoever's tanking the Baron does 50% less damage to Baron, and that's why you should always have your tanks or supports doing Baron. If you've ever wondered, you know, why are we doing Baron so slow? If your AD carries the one that's tanking it, they're doing half damage to it. Again, I still think that's in the game. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's still a thing. Right, so we now have Spirit Visage finished, and why Spirit Visage, by the way? So Spirit Visage with the healing of Dr. Mundo basically counters anti-healing abilities. So, you know, Executioners, that is the Grievous Wounds. I out-heal all of that stuff now. Like, with my ultimate and Spirit Visage, Grievous Wounds doesn't do anything to me anymore. Not really. Okay, so Ezreal goes for a flash. Sona just disconnected, it looks like. Ezreal, don't really know why he's top lane, but again, the enemy team may have given up by this stage because we've completely turned this game around. Well, kinda. The early game just wasn't looking very good. We're now 10,000 gold ahead. If we look at the gold specifically in my matchup, we're nearly at higher 9s, he's at lower 9s. We're 500 gold ahead. Remember when we were 500 gold behind? Honest thing I will say here is I actually wanted my team to go bot lane and I wanted to go top, but they've just joined me. It's not the end of the world, but we could have just maximized how much we're doing. So yeah, overall pretty good. You can also see the Sona on the enemy team is 1 and 6. And again, she went cleanse to try and survive more, you know, with the anti-CC. Unless you just really like Sona, I would really advise people don't play that champ. I don't think she's very good. She's so easily abusable in the higher, well, maybe in higher ratings, maybe in low she's okay, but you can just one-shot her basically anytime you want. Alright, so we get another inhib because I'm like, screw it, let's just get the inhibs, let's try and look to end the game. Again, the Sona, by the way, I didn't know, I played this game last night. If she's gone for the rest of the game, I had no idea. None of us had any idea. Really good hook, finally. Get that. I am tanking the tower, by the way. So what I do is I wait near the tower while my team go all in, so that there's just no chance for this tower to go hit my teammates. So I just tank that for them. And that's just a standard tank thing. So there we go. I'm pretty sure that's the end of the game. So whether the Sona rage quit or she DC, don't really know. The game was going to be ours anyway. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And what I'm going to do, just end the video, while I just noticed my camera angle wasn't great. Sorry about that. Is just show you quickly the damage. So victory, and there you go. So there's the damage. If I actually move it so you can still see me. Hello. So you can see it's not just the performance that we had of like, oh, you made a good comeback. Look at the damage, man. We are in the top 3. We're nearly a line of the same damage. So we had a great performance. We out-damaged our Zoe. We out-damaged our Lucian AD carry as full tank Mundo. So I also wanted to make that point pretty clear. But you can also see the enemy team, the Malzahar was doing a lot. The Ezreal was doing quite a lot. Ezreal obviously is poke damage, but yeah, the Rengar had a pretty poor game, being 1 and 8. And the Sona had a, pretty poor game too. But that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. The lesson, again, remember, is the early game isn't everything. It's about what you can do in the mid-late game. That matters. Again, the Nexus doesn't die in the first 5 minutes. The Nexus doesn't die in the first 10 minutes. The Nexus can die technically by surrendering at 15 minutes, but more or less the Nexus is always going to die 20 minutes on. So always in your head be thinking, can I do anything at 20 minutes plus, even if the early game is doing bad now? And that's why, again, you don't see me on champions like Pantheon or any of the champions that fall off, because in my head I'm like, if I do bad in the early game, then the answer is no, I can't really do anything at 20 minutes plus, because my point of the game is early, and I've just thrown that away by losing it. But anyway, that's going to be it. Like, subscribe, see you guys next time. Comment down below, but in broad, are there any champions you want me to focus on replays more with Challenger Spectates? I'm going to record a couple of them upcoming and stuff. So if you've got any champions like that, throw them in the comments. Any specific lessons you guys want me to cover as well, leave them down there. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.